All right, hey everyone who can see me. We're just waiting for a couple of platforms as always. Almost there. Waiting. Waiting much longer. I'll just get started. Thank you. Right. Hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today we're continuing our detailing of the um, Lancaster cockpit. And oops, should probably get my chat boards up. And there we go. Sorry, excuse me. And gun nest. Now, I made an important discovery just before the stream, and it was that the Dambusters Lancaster doesn't have a dorsal gunner. It only has a rear and the one at the front. Nose gunner, I think it is perhaps. Anyway, now the point being that that therefore means there are certain things we don't need to detail. We can work out how that is so. So what we're gonna do is identify which guns we need to detail, which ones we don't need to detail, and away we'll go. So first, now we'll get the light on before I bring you over. Discovered this shirt has a nasty rip in it. Even though I do painting, it probably just means I can't use it to go out in anymore, which is a bit of a pisser because I like it as a shirt. I'll just get of a similar colour. Now then, peeps, let's get the assembly instructions. Now, the ones for the front gunner, probably much further in than that I would expect. Now, something I could consider is detailing parts of the cockpit wall, but actually, there are a few parts that I can detail if it takes me. A couple of other bits I can do. And you know what, guys? I'm thinking that's going to happen. Not necessarily full detailing, but we can certainly do that one there, fill in those walls there. Yeah, there's bits and pieces we can do, but we shall. Now, but first we'll get on to the main thing, cockpit, and also we're going to get to find our answer to the which guns are the specific ones for the nose gunner. Aha! Here we go. We're looking for D15. Now, interestingly, I had one of these that for some reason in the mold was fucked. I'm hoping not that one. So for D8 is in a happy place. Let's see how we go, kids. Now, anyway, the D15. These are both D15, so it doesn't make any of them. Okay, that's fine. This is the one we don't need to do. Now, let me see if I can find. I can't find the other piece that I'm looking for very quickly. I just won't bother. Look, I can find out that sort of information later. It's not a biggie. All right. No. No. Not it's over in another box distance away. I'm not going to bother going for a search and destroy. It's not that important to what we're doing today. All right. Now, well, let's start with a bit more interior green, and while I'm at doing that, I'll touch up a little in here and a little in there. Then we will maybe a little in that type of chair there. Where else I want to go? Ah, yes. Now, excuse me a moment, I missed a piece, rather important piece. Somewhere done. Nice one, Rob. What is it just undo? Yeah. Robin. They're very cool. There's about a 95% chance it's just in front of me. There. Quick rummage. Anyway, now just get my eyes open. Now we need interior green for bits on the wall here. We'll tidy up that just a little bit. That was past the nozzle from an airbrush. Now it's garbage. Don't need any interior green on this. Pop that to the side. Not on anything either. So, I'm starting to break it down a bit. Advantageous. Right. Not on that. Right. Okay. Now we'll put this over here. Interior, British interior, more's the point. There are different interior greens depending on national aircraft. That's a whole nother discussion. Here's the piece I was looking for. Boom. That's looking reasonably solid. Happy with that. Oh, hello. Oh, Portugal. Yeah, look, I've almost completed a S for Sugar B3. The only reason I haven't completed is because I'm actually having a hell of a time getting the Bombay doors on. Pain in the ass. I don't know what's going on. I've actually purchased a I think possibly because I've been using a brush applicator, but I'm thinking possibly a needle with more precision would be the go. Beyond that, it's coming up very nicely. I've got to say the recent Airfix kits are very good. The older ones are a bit rugged, but the later ones, of which this is one, very good. How you doing anyway? Good? That's probably Apple. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I haven't done a 262 yet. I am going to. I mean, let's face it, they're a classic aircraft. How can you not? I specialise in World War II aircraft. They're my thing. And as such, you know, got to be doing a 262, mate. Really now. And yeah, good choice. Nice. Is that an Airfix? If so, I might actually have the kit. I've got A262. Oh no, I think mine's the Schwalbe. Yeah. That's how it's pronounced. Not too bothered. Little. Hey, I can. Yeah, I think that portion is actually covered anyway. Large parts of the would otherwise be the normal Broadway are covered by a large plate. Dambusters. Ah, yeah. Look, they have come up with some very good ones, and I was discussing it with a guy at a hobby shop that I go to on a fairly regular basis, and yeah, as we agreed, they had to really. They were being outgunned by those manufacturers that use laser cutting. So, you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, their option was either to step up, they obviously chose to do, the right move in my eyes, because they come up with some really good stuff, or they'd have to shut. Yeah, it's an either or option in that sort of circumstance, I guess. I'm actually really glad that they chose that option. Partly because, well, that way we get to enjoy their new kits, which are kind of good, very good, but also because, well, in truth, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Airfix. When I was a boy, I was once. um, Airfix were the big manufacturers. There was Rebel, Airfix. Paint you used was Humber. That's how it rolled. Then I got into modelling 2.5 years ago. The landscape had rather changed. Oh yeah. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, it's nice when kids do that. I found Tamiya. I built a Tamiya BF109 G6, and I gotta say it was a pleasure to build. And the thing that was really good about it, was that because of its the way it was designed, it basically facilitated. There we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it just the way it was designed facilitated bringing out the detail, and yeah, like you say, click, 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 and oh, yeah, I was very impressed. I don't know if if in Portugal you ever saw there was an ad. Also, I'm showing my age here. This is from the 1970s. For Remington shavers. The big line was this guy who was so impressed he bought the company. Well, if I'd had the money, mate, with Tamiya, I was so impressed I would have bought the company. Certainly very nice work, you know what I'm saying? Although I am told by those who know such things that Remington are no longer what they once were. As to why this is so, what am I concerned? Yeah, it's not relevant to modelling, really, is it? Now then, next, we'll go a bit up here, there, just to make sure that's all filled in. Normally airbrush as much as I can. I airbrushed all that, but obviously you don't necessarily get it perfect, the bottom line, which is fine. What it is, you know. What was I going to make mention of? It'll come back to me. Now, so yeah, no, that's what it was. I tried to airbrush as much as I can. When you mask off, you're always going to miss those little spots. That's why I need to do a tidy up. Although I now have an airbrush that may facilitate greater accuracy in such matters. I using a fairly cheap airbrush. Then I had 3 of them dud out on me in 3 weeks. I was not a happy man, but you know, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna airbrush. Look, if I'm gonna do it properly, be damned, these things are already costing me a lot of money, or an amount of money that I find irritating. I might as well slash the cash for a good one. And one's arriving today, but I've got another one that's good for fine work. Oh, oh, nice. Yeah, right. Interesting. Never done a helicopter. There's a lot of things I haven't done. Some of them I've sort of got works in progress on, but because I've got, I'm planning on doing a range of videos. A fair bit of work involved in them, so I won't be releasing any of them till mid-year. But the idea is that because all the aircraft I build and bombers I build are famous in some capacity, to do videos about where they're from. The instance of the Lancaster, I'm actually going to do about the city of Lancaster. That's what it's named after. Why it's famous, in this instance, Operation Chastise. And because Lancaster's, and also because you see I'm a good cook, I'm going to tie it with a dish from Lancaster, a Lancashire hot pot. So people will get, and along the way I'll show the build. So it'll be like half an hour. You'll get a bit of history, a bit of modelling, a bit of cookery, boom. But yeah, that getting all that sort of stuff organised, along with other various parts of life, has slowed down some of my other projects. So I'll have to, yeah, it's a bit difficult at times. I can show you a couple that actually, there's one that I'm very keen to get back onto. All I'm waiting to do is actually make myself a steering wheel. I was given a armoured car that had doors that open, but it didn't have any interior. So, like, it was so the point of having doors that open, they made it an interior. There's that. So I'm pretty pleased with how the interior came up. What do we do? That one? That'll be. All right. But for the time being, oh look, yeah, I've done a Halifax. I've almost completed one Lancaster and I've started another, and a short Sterling is indeed on my list. I've always loved the short Sterling, you know. I don't know what it is, but they're so cool. They also, of all those bombers, delivered the biggest payload. They were outdone by the B-29, but beyond that, I think you'll find, pretty sure that the Sterling carried the biggest payload. Oh yeah. Oh, Condor. Now there would be an aircraft. They're big. They're real big. I actually want to build a Condor with. There was some decals I saw. That gave the aircraft the insignia of, one was actually Hitler, and the other I think was, excuse me, hand cramp. And one was Himmler. The other was Himmler. And I thought, regardless what you think their politics, aircraft to say, well, this is Hitler's aircraft, I thought would be kind of cool. But yeah, so if I can get decals that would give those markings, I'd definitely track down a Condor. Oh, that's a bit special, man. That seriously is a wee bit special. Now, in this brush, then we'll do a wee bit of leather on some bits. Yes, we shall. We shall. I was going to show you that armoured car I mentioned earlier. Give me a moment. Once I've cleaned this brush, I'll show you the interior I made. And like I said, anything that's actually holding me up from finishing it off as much as anything else. Where's my water? Oh, there it is. Oops. Is that I haven't made the steering wheel for it yet. What I want to get is a proper mandrel, is what jewelers use to make rings, in case you're unaware. At least that's what they call them over here in. I wonder what they call them in Portuguese. That could be an interesting thing to discover. Anyway, be that as it may. What jewels used to make rings, so you can imagine that would be pretty much ideal for the intents and purposes of making any size. Whatchamacallit, steering wheel. Anyway, yeah. So initially, all that happened with this one. Yeah, that's pretty much the dealio, isn't it? You got to say, as a bomber, it was never really suited for that. Well, it was never designed for that purpose specifically, was it? And you know, right? I mean, it's a beautiful aircraft. There's no denying that. But it was never really meant for bombing, and they should never have done it. They should have made a tailor-made, purpose-built, four-engine heavy. They should have had it before the war. Battle of Britain may have been different. Anyway, yeah, as I said, they had this thing where you have the doors open here and you'd see nothing. So what I did was I cannibalized the all this interior. This is 1:48. It comes out of a 1:48 T34. But I didn't have all the parts for. So I thought, yeah, I've got a cunning plan. I have. So away I went, and yeah, that's the engine I sort of put in for it. It looks not too shabby. And here's the cabin. What I need to do here is, like I said, the steering wheel goes there, gear stick there, then just go blip, 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 blip. But oh yeah, there's the wall, back wall install. So that's done from about 5 different pieces. Thank you. The kit itself is a Bronco Models 1:48 Staghound. The bits that I made the interior from, including the wall, and that's, like I said, about 5 different bits, came from now I think it's a Hobby Boss T34. And because they were the same scale, I figured, well, with a wee bit of tweaking, we can fix that. So I did, because I thought having the doors open and nothing to look at, that's going to suck, man. Can't do that. Well, you can. I chose not to. Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing. Everything else on the Bronco model, I must say. In fact, I'll bring it back down again. I mean, look at the detail they give you on the suspension there. Like, that's really nice work, you know, to look at. You can get lots of work done on that. Lots of fun and games. It's great. And they dudded us out on the inside. I thought, well, no, not with all the rest of it looking so nice. No. Not having that. No. Anyway. So yeah, now bit of leather. First I'm gonna. Yeah, look, I normally do 1:72. Excuse me while I get a mouthful of coffee. Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah, I normally do 1:72. That's my go-to scale. And I guess to some point, that's because it's the scale I worked with when I was a kid, but more just the sheer variety, I guess. You get more kits in 1:72 than you do in other scales. the amount of space taken to display. Oh, there it is. Yep. Just tracking down where the different leather parts were. Okay. Yeah, sorry. The like when you consider that a 1:72 Spitfire is about that long. Get it? Obviously, conversely, boom, they get quite big. The kit that I've heard of, and that makes me go, oh, that yeah, nah. Partly because of, well, there's two things, in fact. One, actual cost, straight out in this instance. Give me a moment, I need to track down. Where is? There's another piece of leather there. Okay. There on this seat here. And yeah, sorry, and but yeah, so 1:32 Lancaster. Here it is. Can you imagine the size of it? Um, oh look, I got to admit, I do love the German aircraft. My favourite aircraft is actually I have different. I have three favourite aircraft because they're different in their capacities. My favourite fighter is the Bf-109. Sexy as all hell in my eyes. All the top aces flew them. But now I know there are reasons why the Luftwaffe had the highest scoring aces, and the reasons are not necessarily good ones, in as much as they flew until they were dead. Those who survived were absolutely fantastic, and those who died, well, they died. Anyway, but the point being that beautiful aircraft, fantastic. Oh, thick. Look, I do actually also have a tie. I was in a grumpy mood one day. I thought I need to cheer myself up. Went down the hobby kit and bought myself a hobby store and bought myself a kit. And I bought myself a Tiger. And look, there's a whole. I love German armor. It's beautiful. A mate of mine is quite besotted with German armor, and I can't blame him. Now I got to say, there's actually one particular kit that I'm very keen. I mean, very keen to get, and that's actually the Ryfield kit, and what it has is the I don't need. It has a clear hull, so you can see, obviously, right into the mechanics and the suspension inside the hull, and has the insignia of Michael Wittmann. Now, that's a wee bit good in my eyes. Oh yeah, look, I know where you're coming from on that one. Tell you what, I'd really be very keen to track down the prototype. I could get a model of the prototype of, in fact, ideally, the prototype of both the 109 and the Spit. That would be a bit sick. Very, very. I have AZ models do a lot of really good 109s. And you'll be able to get all the 109 action you want there. Trust me. I don't know if you've checked out their catalogue. Their 109s aren't bad. I like them. Okay, areas where, here we go. Airfix BF109E4 in 1:72. I prefer to the E4s of AZ because, very simple terms, the Airfix kit has an engine in detail, and an open canopy as well. Whereas the AZ kits have closed canopies, which I find a bit frustrating because when you've got this, they've got a lovely interior, but they have a closed canopy, which kind of kills some of that beautiful detail that you can put in. I still put in, but can't help but feel a little bit ripped off for. Interesting. Look, the Focke-Wulf, yeah, another classic aircraft. And let's face it, it certainly gave a hell of a time to the Allied aircraft as well. It was indeed formidable. Not merely a beautiful aircraft, but formidable. That's what you want in a plane, really, now, isn't it? Functionality. But yeah, I haven't built a Focke-Wulf yet. That is on my agenda. Again, classic aircraft. How can you not? There are certain, I don't know, for myself, and that's strictly for myself, certain kits I feel that I must have. One of them actually, World War One aircraft, more specifically, the Fokker DR1 of Manfred von Richthofen. Let's face it, he's the most famous ace in history. He might not be the highest scoring, might have flown aircraft that actually, no, they've got their own beauty. I do like them, actually. Soft spot for some of the old two-wing aircraft and and the Dreideckers. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. That's the leather seat on the, not sure what he does, but I know where he goes. Anyway, he's leather seat. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, you got to have the classic Fokker triplane of Manfred von Richthofen. That's my opinion. Other people would say you don't. They're entitled. But I mean, whatever you want to build, really. But yeah, to me, my collection would not be complete without. I'm actually building Lothar von Richthofen as well. His brother. Most people don't know much about. Why? Because he's Manfred's brother. I think it's just slightly better angle. What I'm doing. I'm going to be building a BF-109K. K4 more specifically with Eric Hartmann 352nd. That's a fine molds kit, and there's some beautiful options on the engine. Also suffers though from the closed canopy. Now you can also get when the kit was being produced, they don't produce it anymore. Trying shit. I want to see if I can track down some photo etch options. Really help bring stuff out on it. You can get them, and fine molds used to make them, but they're not making them. Yeah, a bit of a piss in you. Right. That's the whoop. Ah. You're like getting into your the history of your aircraft, and that's a good thing to do, actually, I find. Um, understanding what you're building. There's so much to know about them, you know. It's actually I find it quite fascinating. Now, what's the other side of this? One side, the other side. Now this is the nose turret, or nose gun nest. Alrighty, almost done. At least on the leather. Then go for um a few different colours we can use. Right, there's that one. I might go a little bit on there just to get a little more. Boom. Yeah, look, and you know what? Speaking for myself, being as the only person who I can speak for, um, the aircraft that flew in the Second World War, and indeed the First World War, to me there's a certain, well, and bearing in mind that I'm aware that the air war is as brutal as any other theatre and quite harrowing for the people in it. Excuse me a moment, there's something I want to check here. But I was looking. This is trying to find out if that is the part. There was another one that it wasn't printed properly now. But with a bit of luck, number 7 is the one that goes on the nose turret. But yeah, there's something, for want of a better choice of words, more romantic about them because it was a dogfight. It wasn't just being called in to intercept at whatever range, you know. Again, that said, I am aware that it was ultimately as distressing as it was for anyone in any theatre of war. But hey, what am I looking for? Nose turret. But yeah, there's something about the fact that they had to go mano a mano, for want of a better choice of words. D8. Drum roll. That's D7. Bugger. But look at that. I reckon I might be able to get away with it using that anyway. Pretty much on 10. Alright. Anyway. Now Next colour. Thing I do sometimes. Go for a wee bit of black. Actually, moment. Okay. Black. Now, not much I want to do black. There are a few bits. Mostly it's the whatever the. What is this track? Is it yoke or steering wheel? Yeah, that's pretty much the deal. That's how I perceive it. And you know, like I said, it's very much. These days they're like 4 or 5 miles away. They don't even see each other. Zoom, zoom, and the missiles and boom. Whereas the dogfight was a very different matter. Um, you, that's all. Yeah. I'll zoom in on the once I've done it. Wow, writing plays on that one. But every Tuesday I get yeah, it's quite amazing. Alrighty. Now, okay. They do. They do. It's interesting as well that some of them become friends. I know that Adolf Galland became friends with both Douglas Bader, who he shot down, and Robert Stanford Tuck, who flew the RAF, of course. So yeah, interesting. That sort of stuff's interesting, just because they can, see, they're able to put the politics behind once the business was taken care of, because the politics wasn't them job. Just for a moment to freshen it up. Now, now, trying to keep as much those areas that I want different colours. Where that's going to crank, believe it or not, give the hand. Alright, I'm going to go for my massage. It's a wonderful thing. Zoom in. So you can see where I've left space for a bit of buttons, and bring that right up. And a moment, I think I missed it. There we go. Oops, hang on. Certainly magnifying stuff is interesting. I've often speculated that it's a good way to have a good real look at what you've done. There we go. Now you can see there's areas left that I'll just put little spots of colour of various sorts. Bring that up. But there's our steering yoke, pretty much set, ready to go for that. Yeah, that's just the steering mechanism. Now, next, shall now going to get natural steel gun. Where are we going to put that? First off, we're going to have to find it. Get that off that piece of paper. Now, we'll stick. Full steel. Boom. Now, from there, a little bit on here. slightly different plan. Oh no, I should have put a little bit there and then I'll actually go for oily steel, which is a oddly different colour. Now, paintbrush. Now. So we, oh, I like looks at that one. Sure. Where are we going with this? And goggles. Need them. Large undercut of my eyesight being crap. Big. Oh, I was unable good. Oh, hello. Oh, a cutie guy. Yeah, model plastic. I'm talking to somebody on Twitch as well. Yeah, right. Interesting. Now, if I yeah, to both cutie guy and plastic models, if I or model plastic, if I sound like I'm talking randomly, it's because I'm talking to two people on different platforms. How you doing, cutie guy? All right, now I'll zoom in on what I did there. So now we've got the this black area. There's a decal that goes there. Setting all this up first so that I don't have to worry about the decal. Do it all, varnish it, so it'll be nice and solid. Decal. But at this juncture, now what's going to happen here? See there's little levers, those little dots. I'll paint them a bit more. There's those little bits on the side. Do a little bit more. I'll do them a probably gunmetal grey on either side, but the different colours on the dots. Here, we're about to go. Once I've done all a bit more, I'll subscribe when I get offline the model plastic. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, cutie guy. I've been very busy today, and then of course, then when I get home, there was the power failure. Yay! But here I am now. What I'm going to do? And yeah, I'll subscribe when I check it out. Model plastics, that'll be cool. Now, next. What did I watch though? There's more areas I want to do. Natural steel. Dear me, Robster. Never mind, I'll put that there. There's a couple of bits here I want to do now. Steel. And in fact, there's a couple of bits on this. I want to do natural steel. That is the part of the rear gunner position, and that there is the, well, armor plate. Yeah. Next. Yeah, I often do that sort of a thing. I'm also a fan of, once I get all this set up, let me just get my goggles back on. As far as all the paint on it, and it's varnished, I often like hitting it with Nuln oil to really bring stuff up. I found that very effective on occasion. Mate of mine who does what he likes. Actually, no. When I first started hanging out with him, he was mostly into figures. He used to paint them up and sell them. Now he just does his own modelling, as in plastic modelling, not strike the pose. And he mostly does German tanks. And he put me onto Nuln oil, but he's also shown me the benefits of dry brushing, which you can achieve some really good stuff. In fact, give me a moment. Did you do some dry brushing on part of the lane called Ready? I'll show you. I think it comes up quite well. That is my opinion. Yeah. Did this to a few people. You're the one who's doing the build. If you're happy, good. That's all people really need to worry about. It's always nicer. Good enough. Oh, that's really. Will we all agree with that assessment? I'll do it. Had a couple of thoughts as to how I might go about that. And what I've done there, pretty obviously, just got the little seat stands on. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, right. Oh, how far now? Got a couple of questions to answer. How far am I from building it? Not too far, actually, cutie guy. Probably what might hold me up. Now, happily comes Saturday, at my time, the weather cools down, I'll be able to start airbrushing again. Yeah, plastic models, it's here in Australia, well, today it's going to be 36, and then it's 38, 39, 39. They've moderated the temperatures a bit. So airbrushing is not really on the cards out in the shed, because where I need to do it. Oh, I've done it again. I haven't finished that colour yet, Rob. But yeah, the instruction kit, this has got a red headline. Give us a moment. Boom. So yeah, that's one you're talking about. But it does come with some really nice detail on it. Now, what I was going to do, in fact, I can possibly put this on, most of it off without my goggles. Not that blind. Now, once I've I'll show you that the things that I dry brushed. Yeah, I do use it as an effect to create a slightly weathered look on a lot of mechanical stuff. And it comes up a treat, as you say. Can't go too far wrong with it. So yeah, what I need to do before I can start actual assembly is obviously complete detailing, but I would need to airbrush that little area there, cart black. Then we're pretty much ready to go once I've done the detailing as well. But yeah, yeah. I've got to say, Model Plastic, I was a wee bit surprised. Not surprised, but I thought, wow, he's up late when he said you were from Portugal. I know that for the time differences and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you've done mighty well to stay up. I'm certainly very grateful for it. Now, what was the other? Wait, that was what I was going to do. Before you go, I can see you're probably close to it. Two things I've done here. Now you can, here we go. That's the, it was a little heavy with it in places, but that's the radiator that I did with oily steel and then a bit of a dry brush with a bit of tin. And it's the same sort of a move as I did with these. Yeah. So yeah, there's some I've done. I am a fan of dry brushing. I think it can indeed add really, thank you. You can really add a lot to what you do, particularly where you've got a rough surface, as you do with those. I also do it with exhausts. I find very, very, like on single engine aircraft, yeah, you paint them body steel, then just get your dry brush of tin and boom, winning. I'm a definite fan of it in that context. Now, another colour we shall go. Colour we shall go. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Now, I reckon. That's what I was going to get. Oh, maybe. Let's see which one. Drum roll. Oh Jesus. Trying to track down a specific paint. I think this is the right one. Or right container. Booyah! That's the colour I was looking for. Transparent yellow. Going to, once you put that on, I'll show you where we're going to put it after in a minute. Further. Shake, 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 shake. Alright, that should do it. Now, gonna need a very sharp one for this. That will do us. And we will grab dashboard. Oop. Little clump. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll do a brass strip around that as a thing to latch it in. Not quite sure what it is, but it'll do. Ooh. Yeah, look, detail is something I also do is I usually give, in fact I do always give my kits a black wash before I start, to help bring up the detail. Very messy and kind of time consuming process, but it does, oh no, I find really help facilitate that sort of stuff. Next, a bit of gunmetal grey. That's dark grey. Dark grey. Black, natural steel, oily. Aha! Gunmetal grey. Now, this go pretty much a few spots. All spots but a few. Goggle. Oh, bing. First, put it on. All right. Now, have is yeah. Now I just need to do the lots of the actual levers and stuff like that, and that little strip there. That'll be done. We'll also now, boom. Here's what I wanted. Now, there's only a couple of little spots on here I want done. It is. So I'm just checking something else. Trying to decide if I want to put any metal grey on that. I probably don't. Where is? Ah, there's something I want to put gunmetal grey on. Alrighty. Those two little bits. The joins onto the stand. Now going to bits. Yeah, thanks for watching Model Plastics. I'll go and check your channel out and subscribe when I finish my own stream. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Nice to meet you too, mate. Now I'll do that little square bit a slightly different colour again. Just to make it different. Now, that was it, wasn't it? Now I might as well. Let's do myself a big favour. This one. Otherwise I know I'm going to lose this and then I'll be most upset. I don't want to be most upset. I really don't, honest. Oh no. Let me just. Goggles off. Oh, you can't quite see what I'm doing. Alright, click. Now, trying to get food. Well, it's lunchtime right now and I haven't had that. Yeah. Okay. the side. Good. Fine. That. Much easy. Now, back the fact that I need to tidy up the edges and slow down the overall process. It's fine. Now, what else do I want to do? Black. Stuff to no. Now, brush. So, do some dark green. Good. This to go. This on this. Oop, hang on a moment. I think my airbrush has arrived. Dear me. Alrighty. Hey, you? I'm good, thanks, mate. Oh, both of them arrived. Oh, Jesus. Thank you very much, mate. Okay. My airbrush has indeed arrived, gentlemen. It's a bit exciting, isn't it? And also, God alone knows what. Ah, my housemate ordered a machete for some reason. It too has arrived. I collect swords. He collects machetes, whatever floats the man's boat. Who am I to judge? Now. Oh, yeah. Womp womp. Now, give me a moment. Here we go. Scissors, by golly, that's what we're needing here. I'll soon be a fully armed and operational scale modeler. God damn, they back this tight, I tell you. Right. Jesus. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Jeez, I can't even get this fucking thing open. Indeed, mate. I'm trying to get the thing open. It's just like, Jesus. Wait. Ho, 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 ho. Out you come. You know you want to. Look, stop this knees bent advancing behaviour. There we go. Oh, boom. All right. I'm going to do this stem and then I'm going to have a quick look at that. I'll have a quick look at that with you, shall I? Goggles on. It's only this one bit I want done that colour, so hey, that's a bit of a win. Now, I now have two airbrushes. One for area work. Fine detail. Righty. There. Whilst I will still have to wait till Saturday for the temperature to be low enough to airbrush, be able to be very I am about that. Now, well, that's starting to come up. A few other colours still to be added, but that's starting to look quite nice. Boom. Starting to come together. Now, meantime, people, clean this brush. Now, two brushes I have. Now, purchased the first one because I thought it was okay for area. It's not really. This, it would appear, whilst you can get this particular brand's the wrong word, because they're both Badger, that's the brand. This particular make of airbrush, the SOTA, in various sizes. What I didn't realise is that the F means fine. Hence, if we look at it, get this out the way really now, you can see that the reservoir is quite small, and I can confirm that the actual needle is a much different size to the one that I've just received, which is there. Here it is, drum roll. For fuck's sake, I had to go absolute, mind you. You really? Give me a moment. Probably actually glad, happy that they have gone to that length in truth. Particularly as it comes from the US. So otherwise, I guess they've got to consider the risk of yay. Yeah. This one some of the tools. as you can see, has a much bigger. In fact, wow, that's much bigger, much heavier. The area that it will cover is significantly greater. Yep, baby. Something that's interesting with this is that they use these as covers, and you can actually see the needle right there. Something I think is very good. Oh, God, that is a big one. I feel the weight of that in me. Which I'm not unhappy about. It actually comes with instruction sheet, hairline can be up to an inch. Oh, here we go. Here we go, kids. This is the R1V. Boom. Interesting. Okay, there's a series of them. These are all the differences. But what is the... Here we go. Now, the difference here is that mine is a gravity feed, which is to say in the top. That one goes with a side feed. That's a bottom feed. They're all dual action. There we go. I don't know why my stream froze, mate. I don't know what to tell you. I was unaware it had. But yes, and now I've got these two. Oops. For different purposes as required. Now, what was that? Just received a message. Anyway, I've got to, I'm going to wind the stream up now. I'm kind of hungry and yeah. So there we go. I don't know why my stream froze. Hopefully it isn't now. Let me just flick that light off. Move that out. Now, that's me done for today. Thanks for watching. Wee bit chipper now that I've got my other airbrush, I must say. Like I said, I won't be able to put it to use till Saturday. But that's all good. Now, what was I going to say? Again, that's if I said thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If I haven't said it yet, I'm saying it now. Any first-time viewers out there, time to hit the magic button of follow, like, or subscribe. Now, tomorrow, yeah, I'll be on. Yeah, I will be on. I might be a little, well, my normal time is 7 p.m. your time, cutie guy. I might be on a little later. So much shit to do. Unbelievable. And I think that's me done. Yes, that's pretty much all I need to. Right, now, for those first-time viewers who hit follow, like, or subscribe, feel free to track me down on other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And again, follow, like, or subscribe. Boom. Now, again, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm again not quite sure as to exactly what time I will be back, but I will be back. In a similar sort of a time, maybe earlier. There we go. So ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to communicate here is I'll be back tomorrow. Similar kit time, but same kit channel. Catch you then, guys.